How's it going, folks? How are you? Welcome back to the Brock Jr. channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another edition of WLW Saturday Night Slam. I am your voice of We Live Wrestling, Brock Jr. We're coming to you from the United Center here in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. First, let's talk about the granny now. She is in the clutches of Fright Night, the graveyard shift, that happened last Sunday night. The granny now part of, I'm going to say it again, it probably is against her will, it probably isn't against her will, but she now joins the likes of She Undertaker, the Queen of the Dark, the hideous tag team Fright Night, Mama Zombie, and Daddy's little girl, Pink Roy. All right, we are 1 week away from our very first house show. It'll be taking place at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we have 4 great matches. Let's talk about it. It's a tag team cage match between the WLW World Tag Team Champions. It is a non-title cage match. They'll be taking on the hideous group Fright Night. Also, Crazy Craig, Drake, and Backyard Bryce, they're going to get it on one more time. It seems like things keep happening in their matches, whether it's a no contest or both disqualified in their match. But they're going to run it back again Friday night. Also, the WLW Women's World Championship will be on the line. Sweet Candy Corn will go one-on-one against the Crippler. And the WLW Junior World Heavyweight Championship will be contested again between Born a Beast Shock Lesnar with his athletic advisor Benji Shelton, and he'll be taking on Patch. That match will be a no disqualification match. Can't wait for it. It is this Friday, September 27th. And it will be on this YouTube channel, so you'll have an opportunity to see this happening Friday night. All right, let's take a look at tonight. Oh, first, I almost forgot. Saturday Night Slam is brought to you by McDou's, home of the McDoo-Doo combo. McDou's, where the other fast foods don't. They want you to try their one and only combo. Again, another one is still coming. They want you to try their version of their double quarter pounder and cheese with all of the works, hot fresh fries, and a soft drink of your choosing, but they prefer for you to grab a cup of Damn Cherry Cola. One taste of this will make you say, damn, is that cherry? All right, now let's take a look at what we will have for tonight. We have Demolition. They'll be in tag team action against the Big Bad Wolf and BRUTHAMN, both of the superstars. And remember, Demolition, they've been added an object, so they both have huge sledgehammers. Also, Joe KNOXX will be going one-on-one against Crazy Craig Drake. BACMAN is in singles competition against Jake the Jock Hawk. If you can remember, his tag team partner and brother, The Strike, was injured at the hands of Jake Hawk's tag team partner, Fat Man Rhodes. So both of them will be going one-on-one tonight. And in the main event, a non-title match, the WLW World and the CWW champion, SKRAPER. He will go up against ICEBERG Isaac. SKRAPER and ICEBERG Isaac will get it on here tonight. ICEBERG Isaac is a former member of Quad. SKRAPER is a member of Quad, and they both were tag team partners at one point. All right, let's take you down to the ring and get the show on the way, shall we? We have our very first match tonight. It's the tag team of BRUTHAMN, Vince Spanks, and a Big Bad Wolf taking on Demolition. Let's put the Save a Partner chips down. The fast action card deck has already been shuffled. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is set for one fall. First, from Little Rock, Arkansas, weighing 261 pounds, and from the Woods, weighing 312 pounds, representing the Superstars, BRUTHAMN, Vince Banks, and the Big Bad Wolf. They'll be underdogs. BRUTHAMN has a TV grade of B with a grudge grade of 19. And Big Bad Wolf, he has a TV grade of C with a grudge grade of 39. They are faces. And their opponents from the power plant with a combined weight of 617 pounds, Destro Steel, Mountain Ridge, Demolition. Demolition, they'll be favored in this match. They both have a TV grade of AA with a grudge grade of 8. And they also have the object quality. And they'll have to use it, let me see, they have to use it when they're on a square. And their objects are huge sledgehammers. They can do a lot of damage with that if they can. I hope not tonight, because I don't think Big Bad Wolf and BRUTHAMN Vince Banks wants to rearrange someone's asses here tonight if they do use it against them. All right, the fast action card deck has been shuffled. Let's roll for pre-match. We roll a 6. We're going to highlight reel R. Okay, let's roll, Soul. We roll 56 in highlight reel R. 56 says, and that's a celebrity result, so we're going to roll again. All right, we roll a 51. 51 says, face slams heel to Madden mid-boast. Bell rings to start the match. Face scores 2 points. All right, let's read it again. Face slams heel to Madden mid-boast. Bell rings to start match. Face scores 2 points. So Demolition, they're showing off their huge sledgehammers to the booing crowd. And BRUTHAMN Vince Banks just slams Destro Steel down to the ring mat. And Demolition, they are heels. 2 points for the faces. That is BRUTHAMN and Big Bad Wolf. We're starting the match off hot here. Signature, Vince Banks is in control. So he scoops up Destro Steel again and body slams him back down on the ring mat. We're going to have to roll for points. We roll 5 points for BRUTHAMN. Will there be a tag? We roll a 4. Oh yes, offensive scoring team tags. BRUTHAMN tags in Big Bad Wolf, and Big Bad Wolf is going to get himself some of Destro Steel. Quick. Destro does not have quick. Big Bad Wolf, he has quick with a star. And we roll a 2 and a running knee lift, connecting that knee to Destro Steel's jaw for 2 points. Destro Steel goes back down, and BRUTHAMN and Big Bad Wolf, they're taking control of this match off the bat. Destro Steel looks like he is hurting and he needs to tag, and it is no tag. Smart. Destro is not smart. Big Bad Wolf does not have smart. Wild card, and we're heading over to wild card ring tag team. Here we go. We roll a 65. Go to highlight reel A. Here we go. We roll a 43. 43 says, wrestler delivers opponent specialty on opponent, score appropriate points. All right, Destro Steel has himself together, and Big Bad Wolf's specialty is a standing leg drop. So Destro is going to steal that move, and he hits Big Bad Wolf with his own specialty. He slams down Big Bad Wolf, and a standing leg drop to follow for 3 points. We have a 3 no tag. Powerful. Destro is not powerful. Big Bad Wolf is powerful, but only on a circle. He is on a square. Mean. Destro does not have mean, and BB Dub, he does not have mean. Smart. Destro does not have smart. Big Bad Wolf does not have smart. Things have slowed down now here in this tag team match. Quick. Destro does not have quick. Big Bad Wolf, he has quick with a star. This will go to him. He goes back on offense. We roll a 3, and it's a step over arm bar from Big Bad Wolf to Destro. That is for 3 points, and he is turning it into a pin. He lands on a fatigue chip. Destro will need the TV grade of 11 to 43 to kick out. That is 22 he does. Let's see if there's a tag. 5 offensive scoring team tags. Big Bad Wolf tags back in BRUTHAMN. TV. Destro has a AA. Vent. Spanks. BRUTHAMN, he has a B, so this will go to Destro. We roll a 4, and it's a hammer lock to BRUTHAMN for 4 points. Destro, he needs to tag, and we roll a 6, and he does. Offensive scoring team tags. They make a double team maneuver, and they score an additional point. Destro tags in Mountain Ridge. You see him for the first time in action in this match. And they are both stomping away on BRUTHAMN, Vince Spanks, and I forgot a referee. Going to put down tag team specialist Zane Price. Zane Price issuing a warning, only one legal man in the ring. As Destro heads back out, now it's Mountain Ridge. Grudge. Mountain Ridge has 8. BRUTHAMN has 19. This will go to BRUTHAMN after being stomped on, and a back chop to Mountain Ridge. That is for a point. Mountain Ridge falls flat. And BRUTHAMN is going for the pin. He lands on a fatigue chip, and Mountain Ridge will need the AAA 11 to 43 to kick out. We roll a 52. That is 1. And 24. Mountain Ridge gets the shoulder up. Stays alive in this tag team match. Agile. Mountain Ridge does not have agile. BRUTHAMN does not have agile. TV. And Mountain Ridge has a AA. BRUTHAMN has a B, so this will go to Mountain Ridge. And it's a 5. And a cheap shot. Cheap shot to BRUTHAMN from Mountain Ridge. That is for 3 points. Zane Price is issuing a warning to Mountain Ridge. And we roll a 4. Offensive scoring team tags. Mountain Ridge tags back in Destro. Favorite. Destro does not have favorite. BRUTHAMN does not have favorite. Smart. Nobody is in control. We spin it around, and it's a specialty. Destro's specialty is a bear hug for 4 points. And a BRUTHAMN specialty is a bicycle kick for 2 points. So this will go to the wrestler who is trailing, and that is Destro, and he gets BRUTHAMN into his arms, and he is bear hugging him squeezing the living daylight out of brother man Vince Banks, and this is for 4 points. And Destro and Mountain Ridge, they can go for their finisher. It's the Demolition Derby, a double running clothesline, 11-64. Looks like they're going to hit it. Looks like they're going to hit it, and it's a 54, and they do. Just like that, the Demolition Derby has put down Brother Man and Big Bad Wolf. Destro goes for the pin, 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Demolition, a powerful tag team here, straight out of the power plant. Let's roll for post-match, and we roll a 1, and we're heading to Highlight Reel X. All right, we roll a 45. 45 says, Hotbox ally of defeated wrestler gets riled up over comments of opponent in TV interview. Increase ally's grudge grade by 3 points. All right, Demolition going to be interviewed by Cole Casey in the ring. And Brother Man and Vince Banks, Brother Man and Big Bad Wolf's ally is Blair Scott. So let's get him out. This highlight reel book is not generating any good feuds. And I am looking for Blair Scott. Now, where did he go? Oh, there he is. And we are still missing Mason Sensation, who hasn't showed his face in a while after double-crossing Shock Lesnar, the Junior World Champion. All right, now let's get Cole Casey. All right, take it away, Cole Casey.
Thank you, Brog Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, I have right now 2 big behemoths who have made their debut on the scene earlier or in the middle of the year. Destro Steel and Mountain Ridge Demolition. I've talked to you once before, and I've talked to you about your sledgehammers. Those have not come into play tonight, but you've successfully defeated Brother Man Vince Banks and Big Bad Wolf, 2 huge single superstars here in We Live Wrestling. What is next on your agenda?
Well, Cole Casey, you're right. We are 2 powerful men here in the tag team division, and we made waste of 2 major superstars who we don't give a damn about, who are dropping lower than I'm a dumbass. So we put up a good fight against those 2. Tell them about it, Mountain Ridge. Well, let me tell you something, Cole Casey. We're talking about huge stars here in We Live Wrestling. The superstars are becoming irrelevant as of right now. And here comes Blair Scott. All right, and let's go back to that highlight reel. That was 45. Hotbox ally of defeated wrestler gets riled up over comments of opponent in TV interview. Increase ally's grudge grade 3 points. I don't think Blair Scott needs any more grudge grades. He will probably be the most angriest man in We Live Wrestling now since Big Red Haggerty is no longer with us. So Glasgow, he gets overheated, folks. He's giving Blair Scott. He's giving Destro Steel and Mountain Ridge of Demolition an earful, so he gets 3 grudge grades. He is at 53 at the moment, and now he will go to 56. And he will need a new scratch card. All right, that is it. Demolition come out on top against the superstars, BRUTHAMN, Vince Banks, and the Big Bad Wolf. And Demolition, they are not lying. The superstars are slowly going down in We Live Wrestling. They're no longer in important feuds as of now. Hopefully that will probably change. All right, put these guys back. Okay, our next match. Crazy Craig, one-on-one against trainer Joe KNOXX, former trainer at the We Live Wrestling Academy and a Hall of Fame referee from our rival Big Box Wrestling, who've made a little invasion here in We Live Wrestling to get their title back off of SKRAPER. It's the CWW Championship. All right, let's clear the board and shuffle up the fast action card deck. Get this next match going. Yes, it's a little bit of a war here between Big Box Wrestling and CWW. Don't know how many other CWW wrestlers are going to make their way, but Conrad Thompson has allowed it. He says that they have a right to come back to get their championship because it doesn't belong to us, even though SKRAPER does hold the title. All right, let's get our next match going. Your next contest is set for one fall. First, from Charleston, South Carolina, weighing 222 pounds, Hall of Famer referee, trainer, Joe KNOXX. He will be the underdog. He has a TV grade of D with a grudge grade of 3. And his opponent from Portland, Oregon, weighing 247 pounds, Crazy Craig Drake. And this crazy mofo here, Crazy Craig, his TV grade is A with a grudge grade of 0. And let's roll for pre-match. Put the markers down. Crazy Craig is a heel. Trainer Joe KNOXX is a face now. We roll a 1, so we're heading to highlight reel O. All right, we roll a 16 in highlight reel O. Favorite wrestler angered by opponent's excuses. Increased grudge grade by 2 points. The favorite wrestler is Crazy Craig. Trainer Joe KNOXX is talking over, and we need to get a new referee. Let's get Lola Cloud. Giving demands, Joe KNOXX is giving demands to Lola Cloud about the rules. Make sure that Crazy Craig Drake knows the rules here on We Live Wrestling. And Crazy Craig, he doesn't like that. So he will get a grudge grade of a 16. And he will increase 2 grudge grades. So Crazy Craig now will go from a 0 to a 2. I understand that Trainer Joe KNOXX is going over the rules with Lola Cloud. He is a former Hall of Fame referee. All right, the first fast action card is helped. Crazy Craig is part of Lady and Gentlemen. And let's see if he has anything else. Yes, he has helped with a G. So it's gang. And just like that, we're going to see the faces of Miss Lady and Bo Phoenix and Levi McRae, formerly Dat Dame. So we're heading to highlight reel G. Something is about to crank up. We roll 32. 32 says, choice gang member makes statement on the PA system. Increase gang member's grudge grade by 3 points. All right, let's grab the rest of ladies and gentlemen. Let's see which one. I'll get Levi McCray. He is going to make some noise over the PA system. And the match has been stopped momentarily. Dat Dame is on the PA system with a microphone as he is berating trainer Joe KNOXX, telling him that he needs to give it up. He is nothing but a jobber here, or as what the folks like to call it now, talent enhancement. So this match will belong to Crazy Craig Drake, because he is going to destroy you in just a few moments. All right, and that Dame will get a grudge grade. He will go from a 7, and he will go from a 7 to a 10. All right, next. Helped again. And again, Crazy Craig has help with the G. Trainer Joe KNOXX does not have help. Let's roll again. We roll a 36. 36 says, gang member enters ring and delivers cheap shot to opponent unseen by referee. Fight breaks out. Both wrestlers disqualified. Oh, my damn. All right, so that Dame now is climbing into, well, he's not, well, first, Crazy Craig has Lola Cloud tied up. And, okay, Crazy Craig has Lola Cloud tied up. Lola Cloud is going over the rules as Joe KNOXX asked her to. And that Dame comes in and smacks Joe KNOXX across the face. His glasses that he is wearing, it goes flying. And now a fight is breaking out between Joe KNOXX and Levi McCray and Crazy Craig. And Lola Cloud has seen enough, and she is calling for the bell. She is disqualifying both Crazy Craig Drake and trainer Joe KNOXX. Let's roll for post-match. We roll a 4, and we're heading to highlight reel X. That match didn't even get off the ground yet without the interference from lady and gentlemen. All right, highlight reel X. And we roll a 22. 22 says, go to highlight reel Y, because it asked me to. That is next door. All right, we roll a 66. Go to highlight reel Z. I don't think I've been here before. Oh, yeah, I think I've been to Z one time, I believe. And we roll a 44. Hotbox member makes next match a 3-way match. If Hotbox member wins, increase TV grade by 2 letter grades. All right, Hotbox member makes next match a 3-way match. So that Hotbox member is Levi. Okay, Hotbox member makes next match a 3-way match. If Hotbox member wins, increase TV grade by 2 letter grades. Okay. We know Levi McCray has had problems. Let's see if who else I can put in the hot box. Where is... Looking for Backyard Bryce. So Backyard Bryce is out here, along with Levi McRae. Their scheduled match takes place Friday. Backyard Bryce and Crazy Craig's match. So Backyard Bryce is issuing a three-way with himself, Crazy Craig, and trainer Joe Knox. Both Backyard Bryce and Crazy Craig, they are familiar with trainer Joe. They've been trained by him and Big Red Haggerty. And I believe before he was fired, well, after he was fired, they made their debut a few months ago. So the match is set. And Backyard Bryce, if he loses, then he will lose 2 TV grades. So the match will be set. Crazy Craig, Backyard Bryce, trainer Joe Knox. I believe all agree. I'll try to make sense of that match. But it will take place at a later date. And that is that for that match. Double disqualification between Crazy Craig Drake and trainer Joe Knox. Okay, and that is it for that. And when we come back, folks, we're going to have a singles competition. BACMAN and Jake, the Jock Hawk, will go one-on-one. That's coming up right after this here on Saturday Night Slam. This is Jim's story. Jim has to deal with his wife. You don't love me anymore. Damn. Jim has to deal with his boss, or your ass is fired. Out of here, pal. Damn. Jim has to deal with a cussing 5-year-old. Jim is cussing at me. Damn. Hey, Jim, drink this. Oh. Damn, that's good. Damn straight. Damn cola. One taste of this will make you say, damn, that's good. This commercial did not make no damn sense. All right, let's shuffle up the fast action card deck for Jake the Jock and BACMAN. BACMAN is getting some revenge against Jake the Jock and Fat Man Rhodes, especially Fat Man Rhodes for injuring his brother and tag team partner. All right, your next match is set for one fall. First, being accompanied by his tag team partner from Raleigh, North Carolina, weighing 242 pounds, Jake the Jock Hawk. I think he will be the underdog and sit Fat Man Rhodes in the hot box. Will be the underdog ally. His tag team partner being accompanied by, and his tag team partner, what? And his opponent being accompanied by his tag team partner, The Strike, from Centropolis, New York, one half of the Superhero Brothers, BACMAN. BACMAN is going to be favored. He has a TV grade of A with a grudge grade of 3. And I'm going to put his brother, The Strike, in the hot box. He will be favorite ally. Okay, let's roll for pre-match. And we roll a 3. We're heading to highlight reel O. We roll 36 in highlight reel O. 36 says hotbox ally of favorite wrestler compliments opponent. Reduce ally grudge grade by 2 points. Okay, again, hotbox ally of favorite wrestler compliments opponent. Reduce ally grudge grade by 2 points. So the hotbox ally of the favorite wrestler is The Strike. he is complimenting Jake the Jock Hawk, saying how fit he is in this. Well, he's more fit than his tag team partner. So, reduce ally grudge grade by 2 points. So the strike will go from a 3 to a 2 to a 1. All right. BACMAN is a face. Jake the Jock Hawk is a heel. And the referee for this match will be good old Bubba Rose. Fan favorite Bubba Rose. All right, the first fast action card is helped. And tag team partners, they do automatically have their helped quality. And it's a M for mate. So we're heading to highlight reel M. We roll a 22. 22 says go to highlight reel N. We're heading next door. Uh-oh. Let's see what something exciting is going to happen. 64 re-roll. 64 says face and heel switch roles. Mate choice to switch roles to or cut ties with wrestler. I don't like that. So let's roll again. All right, we roll a 15. Wrestler promptly loses match after getting mate's help. Angered wrestler cuts ties with mate. Don't like that. The Superhero Brothers just got here and they're a tag team, so we don't need all of that. Let's roll again. Let's get something good. We rolled a 33 and we're going to highlight reel E. All right, here we go. And we roll a 62 in highlight reel E. Wrestler injured by object thrown from spectator. Spectator escorted from the arena, but not before wrestler levels him with body blow. Increase wrestler's TV grade by 1 letter grade. Now, you know what? I understand fans love to have fun, but this is getting out of hand. Wrestler injured by object thrown from spectator. All right, what object does the fan have or spectator has? What is being thrown? It won't be a beach ball. That won't injure BACMAN. How about a beer can? So a beer can comes flying from the spectators. It cold cocks BACMAN and he falls flat to the mat. And we're having an uproar here in that section of the United Center. We're having security now escort that spectator. And Jake the Jock. Oh, no. BACMAN gets up. Let's read this again. This is 62. Wrestler injured by object thrown from spectator. Spectator escorted from the arena, but not before wrestler levels him with body blow. Okay. So BACMAN did not get knocked out. But as they're escorting that spectator from out of the arena, BACMAN, he gets his payback and pummels the spectator. Security trying to hold BACMAN back, and BACMAN gets 2-letter grade, so he will go from an A to a triple A. Don't know what that is all about. Maybe that fan does not like superheroes or the Superhero Brothers. Okay, will the match continue? Oh, yes, it does continue. Okay, the Bubba Rosa is getting that beer can out of the ring. And now here we go. We have favorite. BACMAN does not have favorite. Jake the Jock does not have favorite. Mean. BACMAN does not have mean. The Jock has mean with a star. And it's a one that we roll and a forearm smash or forearm smashes to BACMAN from the Jock. That is for 3 points. Cheat. Jake is in control, but he does not have cheat, so we spin it around, and it is quick. BACMAN is quick on a circle. He's on a circle. Jake the Jock is quick on a square, but he's on a circle, so this will go to BACMAN. And we roll a 5. And it's a flying head scissors from BACMAN to Jake the Jock Hawk. That is for 3 points. Helped. And again, both tag teams, they have the helped quality with M for mate. They're both tied on the match track. So this will go to the favorite wrestler to break the tie, BACMAN. We're going back to highlight reel M. We roll a 51. 51 says, mate grabs the microphone and hypes the crowd. Wrestler TV grade increases 1 letter grade. Well, BACMAN, it doesn't go any higher than that. He has a AAA, but he grabs the microphone and he is hyping up the crowd. He's telling the crowd to get behind him and the strike, and they do. But BACMAN, he will stay at AAA. That's how high? The highest it can go. Smart. BACMAN does not have smart. Jake does not have smart. Helped. Oh, here we go again. Both wrestlers are tied to the match track. To break the tie, it will have to go to the favorite wrestler, and that is BACMAN. And we're already in highlight reel M, so let's roll again. 43 says, mate delivers opponent specialty on opponent. Score appropriate points. So the strike, he is still injured, folks. This is his... Oh, that was one match, so he's not injured anymore. Okay, so I can erase that. Yeah, that was a one-match injury. It was an ankle injury. Or was it BACMAN? Oh, BACMAN is the one injured for 5 matches. And the strike, he hasn't been in a match yet. So 5-match ankle injury for BACMAN, and I forgot. So he can't use athletic qualities, but he can use help. And that was 43 again. Mate delivers opponent specialty on opponent. Score appropriate points. The mate is the strike. As he, what is his specialty? The lightning pole for 4 points. He executes the lightning pole on Jake the Jock without Bubba Rose looking, and that's 4 points. I'm about to say a tag, but this isn't a tag team match. Highlight reel, A or B. We're going to roll. A is odds, B is even. We rolled a 3. We're heading to highlight reel B. We roll 21 in highlight reel B. Choice wrestler takes over for leading wrestler and completes the match. Choice wrestler takes over for leading wrestler and completes the match. Will make sense in this match. So let's roll again. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. BACMAN still showing signs from that. Does he have an ankle injury also? Yep, he also has an ankle injury, showing some effects of that. So the strike is now going to take over for BACMAN. And again, the strike, he's on a one-match ankle injury, so he won't be injured after this match, but he can only use non-athletic qualities. Okay, was there anything else? That was 36. No, that was 36. No, that wasn't. Where was I? Okay, choice wrestler takes over for leading wrestler and completes the match. That was highlight reel 21. Helped again, and the strike is in control. Fist of Friends, BACMAN. As he is leaving the ring, he is going toe-to-toe. Going toe-to-toe. Blows to blow to Jake the Jock, and they get 3 points. Well, the strike gets 3 points. Title holder. Nobody holds a title, so we spin it around. Mean. The strike does not have Mean. The Jock has Mean with a star. He finally gets on offense. We roll a 6, and it's a throat strike to the strike for 2 points. Strong. Jake is in control. He has strong, but only on a circle. He's on a square, so we're going to spin this card around. It is agile. The strike does not have agile. Jake does not have agile. Agile again, nobody's in control. Spin it around, quick. The strike has quick on a square. He's on a square. And Jake the Jock has quick on a square. He is on a square. They're tied. So to break the tie, this will go to the trailing wrestler, and that is Jake the Jock. We roll a 3 and a nice snapmare to the strike for 2 points. Let's see what else he can do. Powerful, and it's a submission. The strike does not have powerful. Jake the Jock Hawk does not have powerful. Next is Mean. And then the strike does not have Mean. Jake has Mean with a star. We roll a 2. Let's see if Jake has anything important on his note. Okay, we roll a 2, and it's a trapezius nerve hold from that snapmare, and it's 2 points. Object. The strike does not have an object. Jake does not have an object. Grudge. The strike's grudge grade is a 1, and Jake has 8, so this will go to Jake. He's making a comeback in this match, and we roll a 1, and it's a cheap shot to the strike for a point. Bubba Rose did not witness it. Cheat. The strike does not have cheat. Jake does not have cheat. Smart. Nobody's in control. Spin it around. Favorite. The strike does not have favorite. Jake does not have favorite. Smart again. Again, nobody's in control. We spin that around. Specialty. The strike specialty is a lightning pole for 4 points. Jake's is a swinging net breaker for 5 points. And this will go to the trailing wrestler, and it is the strike as he hits the lightning pole on Jake for 4 points. And the strike is going for the pin. He landed on a fatigue chip. Jake will need the AAA 11 to 43. 45, that is 1. And an 11, he kicks out. Next is Wild Card. And we're going to Ring Matches Wild Card. We roll a 42. 42 says, does the wrestler have cheat? Gross misconduct disqualification. Opponent awarded decision. If not, fight breaks out in ring. Opponent uses opportunity to sneak in cheap shots. Opponent scores 1 point before order restored and match resumes. The strike does not have cheat. So a fight now breaks out in the ring between the Jock and the strike. Jake the Jock He sneaks in a cheap shot to the strike as Bubba Rose is trying to separate them. And Jake gets a point. And now the match resumes. Everything is back under control by Bubba Rose. We have TV. The strike has an A. Jake has a C. This will go to the strike. We roll a 2, and the strike comes back with a spear. Brutal spear from the strike. That is 3 points, and he could be setting up for the finisher. It's a superhero kick. It's a double pump kick, but this will be a single double. This will be a single pump kick from the strike if he could hit it. 11-31. 35. No, he cannot hit the superhero kick, and he goes back to the yellow square. Jake stays alive. Cheat. The strike is in control, but he does not have cheat, so we spin it around. Favorite. The strike does not have favorite. Jake does not have favorite. Specialty. Nobody's in control. We spin that around. Highlight reel, A or B. A is odds, B is even, and we roll a 2. We're heading to highlight reel B. We roll a 25. TV camera captures nasty exchange between wrestlers. Increase each wrestler's grudge grade by 2 points. So now Jake the Jock and the strike, they are going blow to blow again. They are both giving each other the business, and our cameras are right up close to it. And they will gain a grudge grade. 2 grudge grades. It's getting heated here between Jake and the Fat Man and the Superhero Brothers. The strike, he will go from a 1 to a 3. And Jake the Jock will go from an 8 to an 11. That was 3 or 2? Oh, 2. So it won't be an 11, it will be a 10. I have to change the strikes. It won't have a 3, it will be a 2. All right, the next card is heavy. The strike does not have heavy. Jake does not have heavy. Heavy again, and nobody is in control. Turn it around, smart. The strike does not have smart. Jake does not have smart. They're both still going at it in the ring, blow for blow, and quick. Nobody's in control. We spin it around, and it's a specialty. Again, the strike specialty is a lightning pole for 4 points. Jake's is a swinging neck breaker for 5 points, and it will go to the trailing wrestler, and that is the strike with another lightning pole for 4 points. And he is going for the pin. Jake the Jock used up a fatigue chip. His TV grade is C, so now it will have to be lowered to a D. 11-16. Oh, 14. He kicks out. We have mean, and it's a submission. The strike does not have mean. Jake has mean with a star. Again, folks, remember the strike is injured. He can only use non-athletic qualities. And we roll a 3. And he's got, Jake the Jock has a submission hold on the strike. Wrestler scores a point, and additional points until opponent breaks hold. Jake the Jock, he scores a point. Opponent breaks the hold with a die roll of 1 to 3. If the opponent is strong, 1 to 4. The strike has strong, so he will need a die roll of 1 to 4 to get out of Jake's submission hold. It's a 3, and Jake, he scores a point. Oh, no, he doesn't. The strike gets out of it. Okay, the strike gets out of the hold. And it's a pin. Jake the Jock is going for it. He lands on a fatigue chip. The strike will need the AAA 11 to 43 to get out. That is 43. He does. An incredible match we're seeing. Object, nobody's in control. We spin it around. Favorite. And the strike does not have favorite. Jake does not have favorite. TV. The strike has A. Jake has C. This will go to the strike. We roll a 2. And it's a roundhouse kick from the strike. That is for 3 points. He could go for the finisher again. The superhero kick. A single pump kick. 11 to 31. And it's a 51. And no, he cannot hit it. Jake the Jock is smart on that. And the match continues. Grudge. The strike has 2. Jake has 10. This will go to Jake. It's a 6. We roll. And a leg drop onto the strike. That's for 2 points. And Jake is going for the pin. The strike, he used a fatigue chip. He has an A. It will be lower now. He will need the TV grade 11 to 26 B to kick out. That is 36-1. 45-2. And 46. That is 3. And the match goes to Jake, the Jock Hawk. Let's roll for post-match. We roll a 4. We're going to highlight Reel X. We roll a 14. 14 says, winning wrestler speaks conciliatory words about opponent, decrease wrestler's grudge grade by 2 points. Well, Jake the Jock, he says, yeah, he won the match, but the strike was tough, even though he is on a one-match ankle injury. And the strike lost that match because he chose to continue on, so he will lose a TV grade. But first, Jake will get... Oh, no, Jake will lose a TV grade, lose a grudge grade for those conciliatory words towards the strike. So he will lose 2 grudge grades. He will go now from a 10 back down to an 8. Where I think that's where he started this match with. All right, Jake the Jock has an 8. All right, now let's go to the injury scenario. Because I think, how many weeks did it say? 1 week was 1 TV grade. Okay, here we go. Wrestler may withdraw from competition and lose. Oh, that's if he withdraws from competition. But if wrestler decides to compete, increase wrestler's TV grade 1 letter grade for every match won while injured. Oh, so he doesn't get anything changed. He stays at A. It's a heated rivalry between the superhero brothers and Jake and the Fat Man, who now have turned their attention from going after the championships to going after the superhero brothers. All right, let's shuffle up the fast action card deck for our main event, a non-title match. The We Live Wrestling World Champion and the Corporate World Wrestling Champion, SKRAPER, will get it on with ICEBERG Isaac. I mentioned they are former tag team partners, and ICEBERG Isaac is a former member of Quad. He was their ninja till he turned his back and said he wanted to do things on his own. He didn't like the views of Quad. And that didn't sit well with him. All right, let's head to the main event. Let's get Bubba Rose out of here and get senior referee Rock Hansen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. Set for one fall. It's a non-title match. First, from South Carolina, weighing 222 pounds, ICEBERG Isaac. All right, ICEBERG Isaac will be the underdog in this match. His opponent from Chicago, Illinois, representing Quad. He is the current WLW World Champion and the CWW Champion, SKRAPER. All right, two-belt Scraper. The walking skyscraper, holding the WLW World Championship and the Corporate World Wrestling Championship. He's a target here, the main target in We Live Wrestling, and he is being targeted by our rival, Big Box Wrestling, also known as Corporate World Wrestling. All right, let's roll for pre-match. We roll a 6. We're heading to Highlight Reel R. All right, come on, here we go. Come on, there you go. There you go. Okay. We roll a 34. 34 says, heel taunts fans during entrance. Fans taunt back. Increase heel grudge grade by 2 points. Yep, SKRAPER holding up both titles, yelling at the fans, taunting them, and he will gain a grudge grade that was 2 points. He will go from a 24 to a 26. All right, the first card is quick. SKRAPER does not have quick. ICEBERG has quick with a star. This will go to him. Let's put the markers down. I always keep forgetting. SKRAPER's a heel. ICEBERG is a face. And we roll a 6. ICEBERG with a roundhouse kick to SKRAPER, knocking SKRAPER down to one knee. That is 1 point. And the fans are going bananas. We have heavy. SKRAPER has heavy with a star. ICEBERG does not have heavy. Let's see if there's anything important on his scratch card. Nope. And I don't think SKRAPER has anything important on his. Nope. But it's a heavy, and SKRAPER has heavy. And we roll a 3. A big splash. A big splash from SKRAPER. He dropped ICEBERG after that. What did ICEBERG do? After that roundhouse kick, he was down on one knee. He got back up. He just destroyed ICEBERG, and now a big splash, and that is for 3 points. Cheat. SKRAPER does not have cheat. ICEBERG does not have cheat. Mean. SKRAPER does not have mean. ICEBERG does not have mean. Powerful. SKRAPER does not. Oh, he does have powerful with a star. ICEBERG does not. So this will go to SKRAPER. I think he's going to continue on punishing ICEBERG. We roll a 3 and a stretch bat breaker. We're going to have to roll for points. It's 4 points. SKRAPER working on ICEBERG's back. Strong. SKRAPER has strong with a star. ICEBERG does not have strong. This will go to SKRAPER. And let me see what was there any favorites? Because ICEBERG has favorite. Okay, no, I did not. Good. Okay, if SKRAPER has strong, we roll a 2. SKRAPER with a running power slam. An excellent maneuver. That is 3 points. Smart. SKRAPER does not have smart. Iceberg does not have smart. Agile. SKRAPER does not have agile. Iceberg has agile on a circle. He is on a circle. He's going to make a comeback here, go back on offense, and it's a flying forearm smash with a roll of 4. That is for 1 point, Iceberg. Strong. SKRAPER has strong with a star. Iceberg does not. This will go to SKRAPER. We roll a 1, and SKRAPER has a chokehold on Iceberg for 1 point. Rock Hansen, he says it's legal. We have grudge. SKRAPER has 26. Iceberg has 16. This will go to SKRAPER. We roll a 2, and it's a knee breaker to Iceberg for 2 points. Iceberg collapses. SKRAPER is going for the pin. He landed on a fatigue chip. Iceberg will need the AAA 11-43, his very own TV grade, to get out, and that is 34. He does. He gets a shoulder up. Match continues. We have grudge again, and again this will go to SKRAPER with 26. We roll a 1, and it's a hip toss power slam, this time from SKRAPER. 3 points, and now he can set up for his finisher. It's called a high rise, a pop-up choke slam, 11-35. 52, no. Iceberg saw it coming a mile away. The match continues. SKRAPER is in control. We have mean. SKRAPER does not have mean. We spin it around. Strong. SKRAPER has strong. Iceberg doesn't. SKRAPER has strong with a star. This will go to him. We roll a 1, and it's an elevated hammer lock for 3 points. And SKRAPER is going for the pin again. Again, he lands on a fatigue chip. Again, Iceberg will need the AAA 11-43 to get out of the pin. 11, he does. So Iceberg loses all of his fatigue chips. And agile. SKRAPER does not have agile. Iceberg has agile. On a circle, he is on a circle. He needs to move down the match track. We roll a 5, and it's a flying somersault DDT for 3 points. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. TV. Both wrestlers, they have a TV grade of AAA. This will go to the trailing wrestler, and it is Iceberg. We roll a 1, a power slam of his own. Iceberg with a power slam on 301-pound SKRAPER. Good God. And that is for AAA. That is for 5 huge points. And the fans are rallying behind Iceberg. Uh-oh, heavy. SKRAPER, he does have heavy. Iceberg does not. This will go to SKRAPER. SKRAPER goes back on offense with a 4. And he scoops up Iceberg and slams him down with a powerful body slam for a point. He is landing on top of Iceberg with a pin. Iceberg's TV grade is a AAA. It will be lowered now to AA since he has no more fatigue chips. 11-36. Can he get out of it? That is 62-1. 51-2. 42. That is 3. Count to 100. SKRAPER just won the match. Let's roll for post-match. We roll a 3. We're heading to Highlight Reel X. We roll a 53 in Highlight Reel X. 53 says, Hotbox ally of defeated wrestler offers disarming comments. Reduce ally's grudge grade by 1 point. Iceberg's ally is his good friend Patch. Patch says that Iceberg, he showed some heart. He showed heart in that match. SKRAPER was just too powerful, and he was the bigger wrestler. But Patch, he commends Iceberg's heart. So That was 53. Highlight reel X. Hotbox ally of defeated wrestler. This offers disarming comments. Reduce allies grudge grade by 1 point. So Patch, he will go from a 13 down to a 12. And folks, there are some people lurking in the crowd, and that looks to be some of Corporate World Wrestling. Sean Canada, Tobacco Dupree, and Mega Morgan standing tall in the nosebleed section. Our camera is capturing it. They're standing tall, and they are watching what's going on. And where is Sean? Sean, where are you? Oh, there he is. Watching above in the nosebleed section, and they're raising their hands to solidify that Corporate World Wrestling is not going anywhere anytime soon. Tobacco Dupree, Mega Morgan, and Sean Canada. All right, that was a great show. I enjoyed it. SKRAPER proving dominance. Don't know what's going to happen with Quad since their leader, Mason Sensation, has not shown up after double-crossing one of his faction mates, Shock Lesnar. All right. Again, we will have our very first house show. Run down the card again. It will take place at the Target Center this Friday, September 27th at 6 o'clock. And it's going to be here only on this Brog Jr. YouTube channel. Go over the matches. Tag team cage match between the WLW World Tag Team Champions, the Oakland Raiders, and a non-title cage match against the Hideous Group Fright Night. Crazy Craig and Backyard Bryce, they're going to go one-on-one once again. The WLW Women's World Championship will be on the line. Sweet Candy Corn defends against the Crippler. And the main event, the WLW Junior World Championship, will be contested. Born a Beast, Shock Lesnar defends his championship against Patch. Who will come out on top? That will be Friday night. We will just have to wait and see. Saturday Night Slam has been rolled by Face to the Mat, created by Keith Avalon from Play Games. And if you want this game, the link is in the video's description, or you can head on over to the channel's description, and the link is right there. All right, if you enjoyed the video, how about hit that like button? You can subscribe, and you can kindly comment down below, and I will kindly say thank you. Sunday Night Slam will be back tomorrow night. We have some great matches for that. From the United Center, your voice of We Live Wrestling, Brog Jr. saying, have a good one, folks.